Hello Aquarius, welcome back to Mind, Body and Heart Tower Therapy. I'm finally back after a break. I'm happy to be here with you, and I'm here to do the reading for December 2020 for Aquarius Sun, Moon and Rising signs. So Aquarius, this is a big time for you. Saturn and Jupiter are moving into your sign this month of December. Later this month, I think it's 17 and 19 or something like this. And Saturn will work with you, which is also your core ruler, right? King of Cups as your current energy. Saturn will work with you for the next 3 years, and Jupiter for the next 1 year. Page of Swords as your challenge. Now let's see what is the advice for my dear Aquarius. Page of Pentacles with, what's going on here, with the High Priestess as your advice. And the Knight of Cups as the future energy for you. All right. And bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Wands as the theme of your reading, the underlying energy. All right, let's clarify these cards. Where are these cards here, my dear? No, that was an interesting jump. Six of Cups with the Knight of Cups. Let me put this down a little bit. Maybe you can see better. Yeah, this new phone, new camera, new settings, a little bit hard to find the right position and everything, but I hope you can see. Okay, why is the Page of Swords here as your challenge? And you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is your card, because it's Jupiter energy. Oh no, sorry, not your card, it's Sagittarius. But Jupiter is moving into your sign, so you have the Seven of Pentacles with the High Priestess and the Page of Pentacles as your advice. There's a Knight of Cups here. Knight of Cups with Nine of Cups as your future energy. Beautiful. And you have Eight of Swords. Oh wow, okay. This is a weird one. Okay, I take this as context. So this is your reading, this is just context, because something came in quite strongly with this. The Hanged Man, Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and Five of Wands. That's wow. That's really wow. Because Nine of Swords talks about anxiety and fear. Five of Pentacles talks about separation and feeling abandoned and feeling like, you know, scarcity and yeah, just isolation. And the Five of Wands talks about conflict, inner conflict, outer conflict, things just not lining up in a way. And then you have the Hanged Man, which kind of tells me there was a long period of this. And this was kind of a sacrifice for you because you had to work with these themes. And these themes are fucking hard themes, Aquarius. It's really hard to work with this. And I think that what Jupiter and what Saturn was in Capricorn, home in Capricorn, maybe these themes showed up for you quite heavily. And you know, Five of Pentacles talks a lot about self-worth. And that's exactly what Saturn in Capricorn is going to trigger. And Jupiter is going to come in there and it's going to light up the wound that brings a lot of fear and that brings a lot of, again, conflict of how to work with this, what's the best way to deal with this, and so on and so on and so on. So this, I take it as a context, and it's a very interesting thing that it showed up like this. And then you have the Queen of Wands with the Eight of Swords. So I think that these themes, this context that I just talked about, that you had to work with, kind of kept you in this cocoon phase into the big void, and where you had to really digest and sit with these things, and kind of that held you back. You know, you have these swords kind of like pointing at this chrysalis, not allowing it to come out. and it kept you from being this powerful being, kept you from coming out into the world, from this part of you that is self-empowered, self-aware, highly spiritual, leader, allowing yourself to be the leader. And this is very interesting because Queen of Wands can be you see the ones, both the king and the queen have all these lions around. So Leo is your opposite sign, Aquarius, and talks about mainly like the individual. And you, Aquarius, are very much an individual, very individualistic, but your focus is always on the collective. And you're always different, you're always struggling to fit in, you always feel a little bit on the outside. You know that like these themes are talking about the outsider, the feeling separated, feeling like you always need to tone yourself down in a way so that you can accept everything and everyone else, because you always care about the underdog and so on. Well, that kind of kept you from allowing yourself to flourish, to give yourself the space to be yourself. And that was needed. These themes were needed. You had to be in this phase. And I think that now it's shifting. I think you're finally stepping into a new level of self-empowerment where you truly understand that you don't need to hold yourself back anymore. Your mind, you've been kind of caught into your mind through all of this process. And now you're able to allow yourself to shine, allow yourself to really come out and take the space, take the leadership position without being afraid of stepping on each other people's toes. You don't have to do it forcibly, but you can take responsibility for certain things that you know you can do. You have the capacity, you have the capabilities, you have the knowledge. When you have all this, don't hold back out of fear. It's an amazing process, and it's a very powerful one. Okay, and current energy, you're in this energy of this King of Cups with the Six of Cups, where you've made peace with your past, where you understand where your trauma is coming from, but also where some of your strengths are coming from. Like sometimes in our healing work, we focus too much on the trauma and on the difficulties of our childhood. And we completely forget that there were also beautiful things in being childlike, being a child actually. And no matter how difficult some moments were and our caretakers had been and how much trauma we endured, we also had moments of grace, moments of joy, moments of discovery, moments of curiosity, and moments of love that had manifested in our lives in certain ways. And I think that you're able to nourish yourself from that, nourish yourself also from those moments of love and healing. Allow that to bring healing to those parts of you that had been suppressed, not seen, rejected, and at odds with each other. And the King of Cups signals that there's a lot of like depth of emotion and a lot of awareness of your emotional body and the capacity to hold space for each and every emotions that you carry within yourself. That's why you're able to see clearly and to make peace with your past. That's really beautiful, Aquarius. Really beautiful. You can hold the emotions as they are, and you don't have to act from the emotions. You're not reactive. You're feeling deeply, and you choose what you do with that. Not out of, as I said, like the need to react in a certain way, but from full awareness and from full understanding what these emotions are informing you of. Page of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune as your challenge. This expansion, it's going to be an expansion. It's going to push you to communicate more, to communicate what you need to communicate, what you don't want into your life to communicate, maybe certain things that are hurting you or that you don't want to be part of, and things that you can take responsibility for, but maybe you were feeling shy or didn't want to upset others, that you didn't come forth that much. You're learning a new level of honoring yourself. And you understand that by honoring yourself like this, you're going to honor the work that you put into the world more, and the world in itself. So it's not about being selfish, it's about being self-full, if that makes sense. It's a word I think I'm making up. Probably it exists out there, it doesn't matter. Self-full in the sense that I am fully aware of myself. I am fully aware of all aspects of myself, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I am full of acceptance. I understand my own limits. I understand my ego, and I'm not fighting my ego. I'm honoring what am I capable to take on at this moment and what I need to let go of. How far can I take in things without becoming reactive, and when do I actually need space to space out, to process, to so on. And you're going to learn to communicate. This Page of Swords is a student in communication. It is challenging though. It's not going to come easy to you, especially not after being in this Eight of Swords for a long time, and after having to maybe deny your individuality, or what sets you apart, what gives you the this shining. Advice: Page of Pentacles, High Priestess, and Seven of Pentacles. It's clear, it's very clear. The advice is to stay connected to your body, allow yourself to be fully present with yourself, to go deep within, to meditate, to connect with your inner self, to connect to the guidance that's coming from your body wisdom, from within yourself, understanding your emotions, understand your duality, understanding the inner, the contrast within yourself, and seeing the two sides of the same coin. Understand the different actors that are playing out in a dynamics, understand your role in it and what is the power point between it, and also see where you're investing your energy and how, and what works for you and what doesn't. From this perspective, it's always the dynamics of two things, it's always a duality, it's always two people tango. It doesn't take one to tango. As long as I'm present with myself, as long as I'm communicating, as well I'm allowing myself to be open to my feelings and actually learn from them, because I'm embodying it and I'm taking responsibility for it. I don't necessarily expect that everyone will just magically do as I will, or that everybody needs to manage my emotions as if I'm like they need to walk on eggshells around me. I understand that I feel what I feel, and these feelings are informing me of something, and I am able to communicate, put boundaries, take actions in a certain way that comes from a deep wisdom within. And as I see what helps me, what serves me, what doesn't, I'm learning to steer the wheel, this wheel of fortune, steer the ship in a way that it's for the benefit of all beings. Because it doesn't make any sense to put ourselves in either down, or either to overtake the leader role either, because that's not the point. The point is to understand when can we take responsibility, when can we step back, when it's for the growth, when some conflict is helpful and some conflict is just putting us down, and learn to communicate our needs, and to understand where it makes sense to keep investing, or when we just need to go. And you see, this openness brings you like this self-awareness, this level of like taking full responsibility and full. I mean, it's not like before you didn't take responsibility, you just were working with some very heavy themes that kind of kept you in this part of your mind that it's on this constant revision, But now, because of this shift that's happening within you and outside of yourself and so on, it's taking you to this new place where you are more open to the world, you're more open to receive, You're more open to offer of yourself in a genuine way, and you're able to with the Nine of Cups to allow yourself to understand your needs and your wishes and your desires, and not be ashamed or afraid of them. It's okay for you to have needs as well, Aquarius. You can't always work for the benefits of all beings. It benefits the world if you are learning to fully take care of yourself, and you're opening and you're loving yourself, and you're allowing yourself to accept love from others just as much. So it's a beautiful heart opening, and being received and receiving. Beautiful. Now let's see what is the message from the Roomy Oracle. Okay, Aquarius. Sacred union. Wow. With the Knight of Cups might be also an offering of love, my dear. And opening yourself to love in a certain way, if that's what your heart desires. But this can also be played out internally. Depends how and where you're at in your life. So the poem from Rumi says, only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in this world, or all else in this world is momentary. Rumi. This oracle comes to you as a portent, a sign of that which is to come, and also a confirmation of your spiritual journey thus far. You have been working hard to integrate masculine and feminine energies within. Or perhaps you have not used these words, but you have been attempting to find balance between living a surrendered life and leading from the heart, when knowing when to take the initiative. Yes! To set something in motion, and when to put your body, mind and soul into getting your shoulder behind something to push. You have been working hard to surrender attachment to plans and how you think things should go. Instead, you have intended to show it up for what it is, to seek out the genius of life through unconditional acceptance instead of judging and fearing, resisting what is. Yeah, you've definitely been trying, though these themes have been present for you here, right? So you've intended to show up for what it is, to seek out the genius of life through unconditional acceptance instead of judging and fearing, resisting what is as though it were a big mistake, perhaps caused by ignorance within. No, you do not seek to hide from love anymore. You have been learning step by step how to embrace it and allow it to embrace you. What a journey you are taking, beautiful lucky angel. Oh yes, Aquarius. So your confirmation is thus: you are growing, you are evolving, you are making genuine shifts in consciousness that are allowing you to change the way you are in the world, to become freer, more loving, wilder, and more divine. The divine has been seducing you with love and beauty, and now in your surrender state you are seducing the divine. You are calling such passionate devotion to your cause, such clever and capable assistance, such grateful intervention. The divine cannot resist your beauty, so keep going with that sacred surrender. Keep believing in the inner healing path you are traveling with such success. Accept this confirmation and acknowledgement close to your heart, and keep traveling along your path of love. Keep this knowledge in your heart: you are meeting your beloved. What could be more exciting? The sign coming to you with this oracle is that of great love bestowed by the hand of grace. This oracle comes with a particular piece of guidance for you. No matter what has been, what has succeeded and what has appeared to fail, what had been loved and what had been lost, there is one truth that will prevail in your life, without failure, without exception, and that is love. It is all you are truly seeking, and it is behind every life experience seeking you. Do not stand back from it. Do not put yourself aside, turn down your eyes and pretend you cannot be seen by the world. Be bold. Claim the love that is your divine birthright, and know that sacred union is yours, destined in the heavens and blessed by the great beloved. This could look like attracting a new and significant relationship into your life, perhaps a life partner, soul friend, or other supporter of your life journey. Let go of your grip. Do not hold on to a particular person, a particular fear or fantasy. Instead, open your arms as if expecting your lover to run straight into them. For what could be more perfect than the divinely sanctioned relationship entering into your life? It will move you. It is likely through romance, but it could be through soul satisfying partnership. The soul for whom you have been waiting for your life path and heart inspired work can continue to develop. It could be through the presence of a child or even a coming together of your own inner masculine and feminine so that you finally have a clear sense of your purpose in life and the means through which to take action on it, even if that action is to surrender yet again. Ay, 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 Aquarius, this is big. Okay, so there's the sacred honoring ritual here. If you like to go for it, go for it. If it's not your thing, just don't do it. Let it go. Honor yourself, please. So if you want to go for it, it goes like this. Place one hand on your heart and the other outstretched before you as if you place it on the heart of another. And say aloud, through the grace of Roomy, who loves me unconditionally, I call upon my true beloved now to be at one with my heart purpose. Through divine grace, our sacred union is now sanctioned and blessed. The love in my life swells to overflowing, and I do not try to contain it. I am satisfied to be washed away in bliss, and I serve the great beloved in this divine romance, offering my heart to the one great love through which all other love emanates. I am love. I am united, heaven and earth, conjoined in passionate devotion to the great beloved. Love fills my life in all the ways I need, and I am graced by divine blessing, so rich. Thank you, so be it. Place both your hands on your heart and rest for as long as it feels good for you. When you are ready, simply open your eyes, place your hands in prayer position briefly, and then on your head. And you have finished your ritual. Okay, Aquarius. That is a beautiful, beautiful shift. And it's very important, though, to not go out there now expecting to meet your lover or your partner or your whole the person that will save you or anything throughout this month, but rather to be open for love and most importantly to allow this internal sacred union to take place, and then this will follow. It puts you into the right energy to attracting what is it that you really need right now. But if you go out there and you were like, okay, now let's see who's my lover coming into my life? Is it this one? Is it this one? Is it this one? It may sabotage the process. So be mindful of your desires and your needs. Understand them, allow them, do not block them. And allow yourself to feel this beautiful connection between your feminine and your inner masculine, and between finding again that balance between how much you put out into the world and how much you take time for rest, surrender, state versus action, and so on. These are beautiful themes, and it does look very promising with the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Cups here in your future energy. So beautiful, Aquarius. Have a wonderful December. Happy New Year, and I'll see you next year. May our practice benefit all beings.